they had such a promising start to last year. We really believe in their coach. I think they've got a lot of really good players, but man, they don't have any guards. The Utah Jazz kind of stink. Like they don't have, not just they don't have a point guard. Their combo guards don't have any sort of point guard capabilities, like skills. No one on this team, Mo, looks like they want to throw a pass, or at least none of the guards do. Utah is kind of struggling right now.
I mean, it's something when Taylor Horton Tucker is your lead playmaker for everybody, right? Like, and he's done it. I don't want to trash him. He's done a good job. 5.6 assists a game. Like he's trying and he's trying to do all that stuff. That's just not who he is in that sense. Dave, like one thing I think we're not understanding when we look at last season as this season is nobody's going to be surprised by them this year. I think last year we were so shocked by it. So that at least when you go into Utah, you're going like, hey, these guys were pretty good last year, or they beat us last year because we weren't on top of our game type of stuff. So I don't think you get that again. So I think the surprise element is gone for them to a large degree. Like I like the pieces they have. I mean, they have Seth's favorite player, John Collins. And I think they, it's interesting with that stuff, but they don't have the guy that can kind of just organize them.
And they had that with last year with Mike Conley,
right? Until they traded him. But like, and that was a big part to their start of the season, right? They had the adult in the room, so to speak, to say like, all right, now you go here, you go there. When you do that, I'll give you the ball. And I think there's that, like they just don't have that. They're trying. It's not for a lack of effort, but like I just don't think they have the guys.
And I think they knew it. I think they knew it coming into the season too, because if you recall, they were a team that was sort of after the Lillard trade went down. Utah was a team that got brought up as being in the running for Jrue Holiday. Now I don't know if they agree with that, which that is true or not. And I think we may have even talked about it. It seemed like odd with their timeline, but I think we see with how kind of their season has gone with their dearth of sort of steadiness in the backcourt. Why they would think that would be something worth exploring, depending on what the asset cost would have been.
I'm of two minds there because I could see it, right? Like, okay, well, they own Minnesota's draft, like they have a lot of draft assets. Maybe our pick doesn't matter as much. So, hey, if we can also get Jrue Holiday, I think they probably are in the top 10, in the West. They at least give themselves a puncher's chance in the play-in. If not, being a 6 seed with a guy of that caliber. And when you think about Walker Kessler, that defense should be pretty good if you add Jrue, but also it's Danny Ainge, and Danny Ainge is the king of, well, I was thinking about that guy. So it could also just be PR.
Maybe, but also I think that if they had made an offer that was sort of commensurate with what Boston ended up doing,
of course, yeah,
I don't think we would have liked that for where they are as a as a team. I think if it had come in lower than that and they could have got him, I think that's we have some fun with the Danny almost. This is an appropriate Danny almost.
Like I just think about it in a sense of just like you don't trade those assets for maybe we're a top 10 team in the West. Like I think that's the kind of difference for me. In that sense, like, you stay the course. Look, we had a surprising year last year. It's the same thing with, and I know I'm veering off course, with Oklahoma City Thunder, and everybody's expecting them to make these, use all your assets to make a big swing trade right now. Why?
Yeah,
we're not there yet.
Karl Anthony Towns.
You're not there yet. And I think that's a thing. I'm glad Utah showed the restraint to like, hey, no, let's load up here on more. Like that's not going to be a situation until we get a home run. And I think, where they're at now, I think also they just want to be bad, and continue to load up on draft assets. And let's see, maybe draft night, what's available. But like, I had no illusions going into this season. I was like, this team's going to be bad.